Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Fatin Nadia binti Muhammad Nafi and my metric number is S80238. In this video, I will demonstrate how SAL Analytics can be used to perform audit data analysis on account receivable transactions. The objective of this analysis is to identify overdue invoices, evaluate the financial impact, perform additional exception testing, and generate audit evidence. First, I open the SAL101 demo training data project. Then I select the account receivable audit table or AR table, which contains invoice dates, due dates, transaction types, and transactions amounts. The first analysis is to identify invoices where the invoice date occurred after the due date. To perform this test, I apply a filter by comparing the invoice date field with the due date field. The condition used is invoice date greater than due date. SAL now displays all records that meet this condition. These records represent overdue invoices that may indicate collection risk. SAL identified 312 overdue records. Next, I create a computed field to calculate the number of overdue days for each transaction. This is done by calculating the difference between the invoice date and due date. This analysis helps determine how long each invoice has exceeded its payment deadline. SAL identified 75,785 records. After identifying overdue invoices, I analyzed the transaction amount affected by these delay payments. Using the statistics function, SAL calculates the total impacted transaction amount. The total impacted transaction amount is RM 177,034 ringgit 40 sen. Records into a new table for further investigation. The output table is named Our Invoice Date More Than Due Date. This extraction helps separate exception records from the original dataset and supports audit documentation. After the extraction process is complete, I export the extracted table into Microsoft Excel format. Exporting the data allows auditor to perform further review, prepare working papers, and maintain proper audit documentation. After completing the initial analysis, I open the extracted table or invoice date more than due date to perform additional audit testing. Firstly, I apply a filter to identify records with transaction types IN, which represents invoice transactions. SAL identified 217 invoice transactions. Next, I perform exception testing by identifying invoice transactions with transaction amounts greater than 1,000. This allows auditors to focus on higher value transactions that may require further verification. SAL identified 85 records of high value invoice transactions. Next, I perform a more focused analysis by identifying invoice transactions with transactions amount greater than 1,000 that occurred in Q4 of year 2014. This helps auditors focus on significant transactions within a specific reporting period for further audit review. SAL identified 55 records of high value transactions in Q4 2014. Finally, I export the filter results into Microsoft Excel format for audit documentation and reporting purpose. In conclusion, SAL Analytics helps auditors identify exceptions, analyze financial impact, and generate reliable audit evidence efficiently. Thank you.